they refused to publish it until the late 1990s. But it's interesting because it talks about the Messiah being a Melchizedekian priest. And we see that in Hebrews. Jesus is the Melchizedekian priest. That's totally different from a Levitical priest. So you got to understand the differences. But in this scroll, and we just have a fragment of it, it's about just a little over one page, like one piece of paper, because we're missing the end and the beginning. But it starts off talking about how these prophecies are embedded in Old Testament law and what they mean. And it talks about that Melchizedek actually is God that has come in the flesh. And he has come to pay the penalty of our sin nature, which reconciles us to God. Now, they understood that the Messiah somehow is God. The Father is the one we worship. And being prophets, they understood the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, very, very well. So they never used the term Trinity or didn't try to name anything like we do. We've got to name and date everything. They just said, it is what it is, but they were clearly Trinitarian. And that was basic Judaism 101 until the Pharisees and Sadducees came along and just basically took over the government and forced their cult on everybody. At least that's the way the scrolls describe it. But it goes on to say that the event in which the Messiah, the Melchizedekian priest, would reconcile us to God, the event would occur one Shemitah after the end of the 9th Jubilee of their Ona, or their age. And so we didn't know what that meant until you get the Dead Sea Scroll calendar, which they say is the original Bible calendar. The Pharisees changed it in multiple ways, and there was a prophecy that they would eventually change it around the time of Antiochus Epiphanes, which actually is in Daniel also. He would seek to change the times and the seasons, which is a picture of what Antichrist will do too.